ask for 3 volunteers. 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right, y'all stand up there next to Elizabeth. Okay? And I want y'all to do this. Okay. Let's see. Tell me your name. Oliver. And what's your name? Charlotte and Claire. All right, Oliver. I want you to stand like this, with your fists really clenched. And Charlotte, I'd like for you to stand with your arms folded really tight like that. And Claire, I want you to stand like that. Can you do that with your cast? Okay. All right, now would you take a step back? Because I want to make sure everybody can see this. This is a little lesson here. Stand back a little bit more, a little bit more, a little over that way more. Okay, a little over this way, Charlotte. All right, keep that. All right, now, we're going to do a little experiment, but I want you to keep your hands just like that. And trust me that you're going to get one of these, okay? But this is for the purpose of demonstration. All right, so put your hands together there, Oliver. Put them together. Okay, watch what happens. If I try to give you this gift, oh, yeah, right, that doesn't work. All right, Charlotte, what about if I try to give you this gift? No, that'll never work. What about Claire? Oh, you see what happened there? Okay, you can sit down. Here, you can take that. Here, Oliver, you can open your hands. All right, perfect. So, the reason I'm showing you this smells good. Can you start to smell the chocolate? All right, bear with me just for a second. It's important to be open, right? There's no way they could receive that gift with their hands closed or their arms clenched, right? But when our hands are open, we can receive good gifts. In the gospel that we just heard, Jesus says a word that I want you to try to say with me. It's kind of a fun word. So when I say it, say it back to me, would you? Ephphatha. That's very good. Ephphatha. Ephphatha. Wow, they're pretty good too. So Ephphatha means be open. And it's sort of a command as well as a way to live. And Jesus says it to the man who was deaf and who couldn't speak. Did you hear that? He put his fingers in his ears, and he grabbed his tongue, and he said, Ephphatha, which means be open. And sure enough, his ears were open, and his tongue was released, his mouth could open, and he could talk. He was able to receive that gift because he listened when Jesus said, Ephphatha. But guess what else? Earlier in that very same gospel reading, Jesus also learned the importance of Ephphatha. Did you catch that part? Because a woman comes to Jesus and her daughter is dangerously ill. And she says, Jesus, please help my daughter. And Jesus doesn't recognize her. She's from a different tribe, a different religion, and so Jesus is not open to helping her, but she changes Jesus' mind. She shows Jesus a new way. Jesus is open to that new possibility. And so then he's able to go to the next town, to that person, and say to him, what? Ephphatha, be open. It's an important lesson for us, because if we go through life like with our hands clenched or our arms so tightly crossed, we're likely to miss out on the good gifts that God is giving us, the good gifts that God wants to give us. And sometimes those gifts are in the shape of people who come into our lives. That reading that James was writing, he's reminding the community to welcome everyone. Not just the ones who look like them or talk like them or drive the same kind of cars or live in the same neighborhoods, but be open to all those who come. So my hope is that when we leave here, especially when we go out to a picnic, we'll be open to all these new people. That we'll be open to all these new possibilities. That we'll be open to the vastness of God's love for us all, and that we will be generous with the riches of God's grace. But it starts by being open to it ourselves. And so that's why that word, Ephphatha, is so important. Okay, so Reverend Kara's going to help me. And if you say Ephphatha and open your hands, you're going to get a gift. Oh, yeah, well done. know, this posture, I see y'all holding your hands like this. This reminds me of another time, good job, another time in the service where we open our hands like that. Anybody remember? Where else do you hold your hands like that and receive a really amazing gift? At communion. Well done, Claire! So as you come up to communion today, hold your hands out. You can say it to yourself if you want. Ephatha. Be open to the grace of God, so freely poured out, so generously given. And then be open to the possibilities of sharing it with others. One more time. Ephatha. Terrific. Okay, let's go back to our seats.